I'm Dave Cummins from Future Property Group, and welcome to the Future of Sustainable Development, the podcast where we explore the ideas shaping tomorrow's built environment. Today, we're exploring the importance of creating psychological safety in the workplace. What is it? Why is it important? And how do we embrace it? Let's begin with a simple truth. No matter how advanced our technologies or how sustainable our buildings, organizations are powered by people. And people don't give their best when they're afraid. Psychological safety is defined by Harvard researcher Amy Edmondson in the Administration Signed Quarterly as a shared belief that a team is safe for an interpersonal risk-taking, and it is the confidence that when you speak up, admit mistakes, share new ideas, or challenge the status quo without fear or humiliation, punishment, or career suicide. Now, the history of psychological safety in property development, and indeed across most industries, is patchy. For decades, work sites and offices were built around hierarchy and compliance, not trust and openness. Think of construction sites where questioning a safety shortcut would get you labelled, or boardrooms where junior staff were expected to be silent, not curious. Edmondson's research in the 1990s began changing this narrative, showing that hospital teams with higher psychological safety reported more medical errors, but they weren't. They were more mistakes. They were speaking up about them, which meant these errors were caught and fixed sooner. That insight transformed not only into just healthcare, but every industry where safety and innovation matter, including property. The benefits of psychological safety are profound. Google's Project Aristotle, published in the Harvard Business Review, studied 180 teams and found that the number one predictor of team performance wasn't raw intelligence, seniority, or even experience. It was psychological safety. Teams that felt safe to speak up consistently outperformed those that didn't. A study in organizational behavior and human decision process showed that psychological safe workplaces boosted employee engagement and is a 27% higher profitability. Deloitte's Human Capital Trends survey revealed that organizations with inclusive, safe culture were twice as likely to meet or exceed financial targets and 3 times as likely to be high performing. So why don't we embrace psychological safety more widely? First, because it runs counter to most models of leadership. Most leaders were taught that authority means control, and being tough adds respect. But evidence shows the opposite. Control kills creativity, fear kills innovation, and silence kills organizations. McKinsey's research on workplace culture shows that employees who feel safe are 47% more likely to innovate, yet nearly half of workers globally say they withhold ideas out of fear. Second, resistance comes from time pressure and stress. In industries like property development, deadlines and budgets dominate. Leaders often believe that they don't have the time for open dialogue or inclusive decision-making. Yet studies in the Journal of Applied Behavioral Science confirm that high psychological safety reduces turnover by 27% and absenteeism by 40%, saving time and money in the long run. Third, there's stigma. Talking about psychological safety often gets confused with weaknesses or being soft. Let's be clear. Safety isn't about coddling. It's about creating the conditions for high performance. Edmondson's research shows that teams with high psychological safety set more ambitious goals and deliver more consistent results, precisely because they're not wasting energy hiding behind mistakes or playing politics. What does resistance look like in property development? It's the foreman who punishes a worker for raising a concern. It's the architect who dismisses it or junior designer's bold idea. And it's the developer who measures only square meters delivered, not team well-being. The result is wasted human potential and too often costly mistakes. The Construction Management and Economics Journal published findings that poor communication and low trust are linked to delays in budget, overruns across large-scale building projects. That's the real cost of ignoring psychological safety. But there are inspiring examples of organizations embracing it. In Australia, Atlassian has been recognized for its culture of openness, where employees can challenge ideas at every level. Their annual State of Teams report show that teams with higher psychological safety deliver projects faster and with fewer bugs. In the US, Google's Project Aristotle remains the benchmark. Psychological safety consistently outperforms other predictors of success. In healthcare, the Cleveland Clinic built psychological safety into their patient care teams, resulting in improved satisfaction and measurable reductions in medical errors. And in property, the Living Building Challenge requires not just sustainable materials, but collaborative processes. Developers who achieve certification often create a culture of openness and trust as a key to success. Thank you for tuning in to the future of property development. Join us next time as we uncover fresh research, new innovations, and the best practices for building smarter, greener, and more resilient buildings. Until then, let's continue to build places that heal the land and empower communities for tomorrow.